never heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. Is that only something the inmates down here say?
I think you're right, but is that important? It's normal for comics to be unhappy.
That's true.
I didn't get anything out of that.
Time to go.
Wait, there's that side and the exit?
There's a group of people over there. Let's go listen in.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two? Why'd you come over all of a sudden?
Well, this guy is aware of everything.
Oh, sorry for
Usually no one minds if I
Sounds
listen
like you
in.
were talking about something private.
What? What are you looking
What's
at
the
me?
matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun, that's all.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Yeah, fine. You're lucky we don't mind extroverts that much.
Thanks. You guys are really nice.
You hear that, Quisto? We're nice!
Quisto?
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy
These are some
info, am I
interesting
right?
accents they have.
But before that, it just so happens that I know you two.
Really? Are we that famous?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get
Famous
a
in
personal
prison?
tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it.
Ah,
Word has it
that
you
was
also
just a little
caused quite
mistake.
the kerfuffle.
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime, unlike some of the others here.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry. We're not playing with bombs or anything.
Bombshell
It's just
Bros.
that our information is always so explosive, and we blow minds on the regular.
So, you two really like to gossip?
No, you don't get it.
Kinda makes
Knowing
me
intelligence
think
will make things better for you here.
they both are
For
a
example,
reference to Mario
knowing who's
Bros.
working with whom, who has the latest rumors, who's not getting along. Wouldn't you like to know all that?
Sure, fill us in.
Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know?
Alright.
You should prove you're worthy of it.
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just play nice and say something to massage his ego.
Oh, he's like
The
that?
welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
We ate the most incredible welfare meal recently.
Right. That
How's-
meal we had yesterday was
how is
super
that gonna
delicious. Paimon can still taste
boost
it
his
whenever she
ego?
closes her eyes.
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals.
He's helping.
I've been working as a kitchen assistant for about a month and a half now.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious steaks. Amazing. You could be a professional chef.
You are correct. I am a true professional. In fact, I even went to culinary school. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes.
Oh, okay,
Listen
now he's gonna give
carefully.
me the info, right?
This little bombshell will help you learn what's really going on here in the fortress.
Okay, tell me. Lavrun just wink at me. Seems saying don't be upset, he's a good
Listen,
fellow.
kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care less about us down here. We're basically dogs to them. You've
Okay.
already met the one person here you should never cross, the Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he often doesn't bother dealing with it.
Obviously.
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks. Even better treatment in the
Special
infirmary.
perks.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all.
Who?
Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it normal for anyone to be going in and out of there so often? If you ask me,
Maybe
he's just
he likes the
faking it
nurse.
to get out of work.
Or that.
But did you know that Churia was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research
He
Institute
was?
before he came here? There's no denying that.
That what crime did he commit?
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the
You
fortress
would
of
care,
Maripede,
actually.
you're just another inmate like everybody else.
Interesting. According to Quisto, a person named Juryu frequents the infirmary. I should take note of that.
Speaking of which, the last time I saw him, he was passing by in the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right?
Lorvine?
Guess that's just how terrible of a guy he is.
You mean he hit a woman? Wow.
Are you sure?
I never imagined he was that bad.
But that Lorvine's also quite the odd one, you know? She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary.
Okay.
Come to think of it,
Did she cause the
I
fight?
always see her going to the sick bay every couple of days, too.
Or are they fighting each other every day?
Wait a second. You don't think?
Do you think it... Could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates?
Oh, I never
But
thought
it's
of
really
that.
hard to imagine.
I never
After
thought
all,
of that.
I do remember seeing Lorvine beat Julia to a pulp that one time.
See?
And
They're
we
fighting.
might be overthinking things.
Fury had a confrontation with a girl named Lorvine, who also frequently visits the infirmary. I'll remember that too.
Know that there are some people who are always gossiping over in the corner?
Yes? I think? You mean Crystal and Log Room?
Yes, you've already met those two. They're quite a pair. They always keep an eye out for the latest happenings and gossip about everything. I've never seen anyone with more time on their hands.
I don't know, they seem good people.
I heard that they used to be a chef and a bartender before they were sent down here.
Oh,
You know how bartenders are, always chatting with customers.
yes.
And chefs love to pass the time just hanging out when they're not cooking.
That's right. Actually a good duo.
Good to know. Do you have anything else to tell us?
Let me think. Sounds like you want to hear something a little more tantalizing.
Yes.
Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
No. But wait, if he was a convict, who was?
Wait,
That's right.
Who was the
Duke was an
warden
inmate
there?
just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime.
Oh,
Who knows how he ended up
interesting.
rising up to become the warden, though.
Yeah, how do you become from a criminal to the warden?
To go from an ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie, I kinda respect that.
Yeah, so where's the previous one? What did he do to him? Or them? By the way, do you happen to know anything about the Forbidden Zone?
A forbidden zone? Sounds like something that someone just made up.
Really?
I've never heard of that. Where
I
did you
was
hear
told.
about it?
I was told it exists.
it's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard of it. Do you have a...
Anything else?
Yeah, anything.
Not that I can think of, but I'll be sure to tell you anything interesting I hear next time. You'll have to play a game of Genius Invocation with me first, though.
Really? Will I have to play?
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny.
Oh, right.
According to the card he left
I
us, we
forgot.
should go meet him in the production zone.
More information. Fremine will have to retrace Master Child's original route. And if
Yes.
he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now.
I was gonna ask when is that.
And after that, he'll probably take another 2 or 3 days to return.
Wait, what? 3 days to return? How large is this place?
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him to get back?
Yeah, how do you know?
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other's capabilities like the backs of our hands.
Right, but you don't know how large this place is.
Traveler, what say you to meeting here 9 days from now?
9 days?
We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're at it, too.
Sure, what am I gonna do for the 9 days?
Oh, and
It's
there's
gonna
just
be rinse
one
and
last
repeat.
thing we'd like your help with.
Yes.
Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress on the
Again, that
investigation of the Forbidden Zone.
Where is it?
Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine prepare for his diving mission.
What do you
Okay.
want us to do? Will it be...
Well, I won't call it easy per se, but I think you'll be able to pull it off. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs.
Can't I go in at least once without an
You've
excuse?
mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier.
Yes.
So it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head nurse, so she'll be less suspicious of you. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside anything else you're able to discover.
Be going on in the infirmary?
But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first.
Sounds good, I'll give it my best shot.
My apologies, I just started rambling out of habit. It was almost as if I was talking to my younger brother.
Ah,
But that's not a bad
don't
thing,
mention
right?
it. If I'm the older brother, yeah, Ether is probably a few thousand years old, but we don't know.
Alright, then we'll head out as soon as we finish our prep.
Let's go our separate ways for now then. Don't forget, we meet here again in 9 days.
Okay. 9 days it is. After doing some prep work with Paimon, you begin slowly approaching the infirmary. Cutscene or something?
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek.
Oh, really? Paimon's gonna do something?
There seem to be several people inside.
Let's try to eavesdrop on them first. Actually, like it that Paimon does something right now. Not, you know, always hiding behind my back. I couldn't hear that.
It's not impossible.
What's not possible?
It's a bit hard to understand them from here. So, why don't we just try to talk to them in person? Let's go as soon as you're ready.
Okay. Now then take a long deep breath before inhaling a large amount of vapor. What? If you recall correctly, the potion resulted. Having gotten a good whiff, you had. I can't read that fast.
Help! He's sick!
Okay, I drank a nasty potion. I got it. No.
Whoa, are you okay?
Did I get sick intentionally?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the ground. Paimon doesn't know what to do.
Stomachache and nausea.
Freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale
What?
complexion. Could it be poison?
Well, with those symptoms, it has to be poison.
Let me take a look. Please lie
Or
down
brain
over here.
damage. Ooh, my stomach really hurts.
Don't worry,
Instead of
I'll get
making
you to
that
the bed
face.
safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly. You can do it, traveler.
Thank you. I'm sorry. What acting? I'm not dying, you know.
Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now,
Imagine
relax.
if
I'm
Paimon
just
said
going to do a
don't die and
preliminary
I would
checkup on
say
you.
I'm not dying. Citron has taken a few instruments and begun to do her checkup. I hope I'm not so healthy that she gets suspicious. Well, we'll see if she's a good
See now.
doctor. Can she?
My checkup has
See through?
confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger.
Oh, good.
That's our worst fear out of the way. Eh? Oh, that's good. But I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please, relax and take a deep breath.
Each one's using her hands to palpate different areas on my abdomen. Seems like she's using elemental energy too. Her expression is growing more and more relaxed.
Don't sense serious damage
Wait,
to
so
your
each one
organs
is
either.
hydro,
Does it
right?
hurt when I press here?
Obviously a healer. Healers are always hydro. It's not that bad.
And here?
Ooh, that hurt a little.
Huh? But based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't
Oh.
be a problem here.
Okay, I was just
How
guessing.
strange.
Well, he was just guessing where it hurts her or not, and now she says it's strange because it shouldn't. From a doctor's perspective. Oh no, was my acting a bit over the top? No, actually, it was not enough.
What about here? Does this
No, not
hurt?
really. Can barely feel it.
Oh. I understand. So that's
What's
what
with
it
that
is.
smile?
I think you something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing
Disagreed
too
with
serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomach
Hopefully
ache when it
nothing
decides to act
alive.
up. So that's what it is. Thank goodness it's not anything more serious. And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform our head chef, Mr. Wolsey, if this problem is
Yeah, it's all Wolsey's fault. Oh. Oh yeah, it's gonna be maintenance very soon. Actually, this is the first time I'm recording before maintenance.
So you should recover within a couple days.
After all these years
here while
of
I
recording.
go get some medicine for you. Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after
that
this
means I'll
patient while
have
I'm
to
gone.
split this part in two, or maybe just continue
Very
later.
well.
Because obviously I won't be able to
And she'll
finish
have
it
to
in
wait, just
15
like that.
minutes. Yeah, this infiltration mission is going much more smoothly than I imagined. Next, there are only 2 people left in the room. So you can just call the one Lurvine. So she has to be one of those frequent visitors of the infirmary I've heard before. Would that mean the man next to her is Juryu?
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
Still not great. Awful. I can't keep staring at her. I'll draw unwanted attention. That guy has also seemed to notice. He's looking in my direction
His
too.
stomach ache's really bad. He was stumbling about the whole way here, so Paimon's really worried.
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious
Are
problem, then
those
there's
2
no need to
inmates or
worry.
not? Or are they
She's the best medic
researchers?
we've got down here.
I can tell by the
But
uniforms.
it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here is useless, you know? Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result,
So
they still
Sijuin
know
is
a
the
thing or two
only
about
nurse.
medicine, and they help Miss Sijuin take care of the sick
Gotta
and
be
injured.
rough.
Yeah, you're
Lot
right.
to work
But did
with
you have to
every day.
lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too?
That's correct.
So what's wrong
Sorry,
with them?
I got a bit ahead of myself.
Are you two also sick?
Yeah.
We've been sick
What's
a
up
while.
with you?
I come back every once in a while for checkups and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. As for her, you could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable helper because she learned a bit of medical knowledge ages
Yeah, I
ago.
already see how they
Please
are.
watch your mouth, Mr. Jurrier. Don't forget that you are the primary
Both
reason I
fighting.
have frequent heart palpitations.
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it civil at least.
Well, at least they're not throwing punches. The 2 seem to have a pretty terrible relationship, and all they ran into each other because they came to pick up their meds at the same time. So, observe books, crates. Outside the 2 of them, there's nothing suspicious inside the room. All these piles of the table, pure patient records. Well, there's a box. I can't check it out right now. What is that? So there also aren't many furnishing on. Wait, there seems to be a movable hatch on the ground over there.
Hey, hey! There's no need to fight. Everyone will be released someday, so there's no need to argue
Good
over
Paimon's
silly things
distracting
like
them.
But
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that. And who the heck knows if we'd even be able to continue our previous lives?
The presence of a movable hatch isn't strange by itself, but perhaps it's my adventurous intuition speaking that isn't a bit strange that there's a movable hatch here of all places. It is a bit strange, but seeing how the fortress is like one big metallic construction, could be just for ventilation or floods. Is it hiding something?
please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurrier, I don't want to see your face here again anytime soon.
Boy, they're heated.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was
They
more
can't
than enough
stand
rest
each
for me,
other.
so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place. See you later, everyone.
Bye.
He just slowly walked off like that?
That's just what he's like.
Did he get
I'm
the
sorry
medicine?
you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's... Well, his name is Jurier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his name.
You really can't stand him, huh?
I mean, can you blame me? Look, who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics as he is?
Or do you actually like him?
But there's no need
No,
to
I
keep
get a
dwelling.
different idea.
I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Zishwin should be back soon, and I'm sure you'll feel better as soon as you've had some of her medicine.
Thank you for looking after me.
No, it's nothing.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Yes.
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Zishwin.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for you. Take 1 pill now, and then continue your bed rest.
I hope it's not sleeping pills. Take
Miss
pill,
Levine,
okay.
I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking today?
Color?
I remember. You said it should be yellow.
We talk about that before we walk in. Why don't I remember?
Yellow, huh? I understand. These are yours. Please, make sure to go to bed early after taking them tonight.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
Thanks.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want
He
to
has a
double-check
name.
few details, if that's all right with you. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer the questions instead. So his primary symptoms
so
are
she's gonna
abdominal
distract
pain
her
with
even
secondary
more.
symptoms of nausea. Is there anything else? That's it. All right then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? No, his base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure he'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. We've been to lots of places together.
Forget about it.
He's a bit under the weather now, but he's actually super strong.
Oh,
So you're the best of companions.
why is it
Don't worry,
quiet?
He'll recover soon.
Oh, that's because I'm sleeping? Companion. That word brings forth a way of
You're
comfort.
awake. How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never left.
I feel a lot better, thank you both.
Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember to take the meds regularly, and don't forget bland foods. Thank you, Miss Zishwin.
And well, she's still there. Return to the dormitories. Oh, the hatch. Where's the hatch? Here. Hey, where's that hatch? Here? No, there's not there. I was on this bed. Here? Wait. Yeah. How did... I was on the second bed. I'm sure of it. So, in order to see that, I have to be on the third bed. I don't know how he saw that. Okay, return.
Sleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time? You skip time and have to die!
Sleep talk? Did I say anything I shouldn't have?
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of,
Like...
Pyron, go take my grilled fish and put down the Adeptus Temptation now!
That's right. That's a legendary food. You can't just eat it in one go.
Paimon talked with Zishwin the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
Maybe we are, but she was suspicious. We're really off track though, and there are still a few weird things about the place. That movable hatch on the ground, as well as questions Zishwin asked Lurvine. Also, were they really talking about the mess before we walked in? Oh, and was Lurvine and Jurio's argument genuine, or were they just putting on a show? Come on, hear me out.
Whoa! You really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to give the info to Linny.
Yeah, we have to. For the next few days, you and Paimon worked your stations as normal during your shifts. However, you managed to find opportunities to use right keywords relating to your piece of paper. Okay, I read fast enough. Are we meeting again? Was it managed to pass a slip to a busy Lynette as she passed by, her disguise impeccable as she does not even look at you and change her expressions. Okay. Just make an exchange, and finally the promised 9th day arrived. Okay, it was faster than I thought. I thought we're gonna go through one thing per day.
Oh.
That's how we signal that we need to talk.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No.
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Oh, she did the same thing?
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly,
So
even if we were to view that as
be
something you
sick
did in
now.
exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what
Okay.
Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
I'm not opposed to helping you.
Perhaps that's true. You are both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties.
Yes, I remember.
You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui.
I always
can
have
understand that
run-ins
feeling.
with the Fatui.
So I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Yeah, you could say that. I'm doing something like that.
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel the same way.
I get it now. Okay.
Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
You think it's so simple?
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a
Always?
good time to meet up with her.
Oh yeah, we heard about that. Yeah, but every day,
Also,
always?
I'm her brother, remember? It's only
Yes.
natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Yes, that's normal. I know that feeling.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Lynette should be here right now.
No one's here right now.
Strange. Lynette?
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Couldn't she have found a lead?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
Okay.
Okay, look for clues on the bed.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
It's always the middle one.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
But this bit is still on me.
Which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Wait, could she already know what we are doing? That's not a good sign. Can we open the hatch now? Investigate notes.
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter.
Interesting topics.
These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sijuin would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings.
Oh.
Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
No, that's actually a good reason. She might need it to understand people better.
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Also, she's a human / Melusine. How does that work? Okay, time to open this thing. Or at least move this huge box out of the way.
Ah! This is it! We saw it before!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well.
Lean down close to the movable
The
hatch.
space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere.
Okay.
Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure.
It's as if you know what she would
Let's
do
look around here for some
in
more
every
clues.
situation.
Don't panic, just take another look.
Look on Lenny's face, definitely beginning to panic. Don't panic. He probably said that subconsciously more to himself than anything else.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here!
A slip of paper?
It's right over here! And there's a bunch written
What,
on
we
it too.
didn't notice?
It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards.
That's not how Lynette
This
writes.
Is that all?
Is there anything else on the back?
The back. It's...
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
No, she got caught.
Is she already?
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Oh, but how would he know?
You mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Why did he choose to act during our second infiltration attempt instead of the first?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley.
Is it because we're
He
getting
doesn't do
close to
anything
something?
without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley.
Wait,
We're a completely different story, though.
we still don't know if he knows. I was sent to investigate. I am sent as a prisoner. Why did he only go after
I'd like
Lynette?
to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now.
Yeah, it is different.
Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds. Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
What do you mean?
What does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
Is he also in danger? I get it now. What? Deliberately made them both disappear.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Oh boy.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Lenny, calm down.
Don't be like this, Lenny.
Slap his
Fremine wouldn't
face.
have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless. Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
You think I
simply
can?
cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
And there he goes.
He's rushed out the door. After him.
Oh, she was there. That little devious smile.
I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so?
Testing?
Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
Oh, is this their point of view?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking. Someone! Please help!
Yep. It's their point of view. That's pretty cool.
Whoa, are you okay?
These two. As expected, they've already found this place.
Now I
They
know
are
what she
quite
thinks.
What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted.
Really? You're disturbing now.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one?
She could
There's no
already
need to
tell
panic.
I'm lying.
Take a deep breath before you begin. Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill.
Yeah, and that's creepy.
Lenny, wait! It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
Well, obviously he disappeared. Okay, so Lenny got here first.
Come out and face me, Wriothesley!
Already
We had
waiting for us.
administrative office space. Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
What? Did he break multiple rules?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Really? Are those special teas?
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether.
Okay, he's just toying with him
Maybe she'll
now.
appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me
That's
into turning my
nonsense.
head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive.
Of course, why would she be killed already? Or why would that happen?
You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette.
Or maybe you shouldn't just say the whole plan straight to him.
As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
Oh, is that the real reason?
There was no need to do so. The fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives.
For you, maybe.
The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas.
When you're the warden, of
It was
course it's
quite
a
easy
pleasant
to
place.
identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also
Really?
fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent
Is there
and so
something
in control, why
between
would
them?
you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
Oh,
He's not.
where is he?
What do you really want?
Lenny!
And finally we caught up.
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Well, Lynette and Fremine.
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea.
Okay, I'm gonna believe that for now.
Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So, where do you think he may be right now?
I don't know. We're
You can't
asking
mean-
the same questions.
You locked him outside in the sea?
I closed
Oh.
the fortress's gate to the outside world.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine,
So
right?
he is outside?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides,
Okay.
I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede.
And there you have
regardless
it.
of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So,
Under
you've been
different
keeping tabs on us
circumstances.
before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all.
Oh,
In any
okay.
case, I will be straight with you.
He has agents as well.
I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot
Wait,
last
what?
out there forever.
What does that mean?
You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety.
Is he in danger?
I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father?
Oh.
But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me
okay.
for a parents' evening.
Okay. He wants to confront.
I've heard that the bonds between the
Fatui.
members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Yeah.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meripede?
But I know
This place is basically a
the
no man's
lore
land.
behind it.
It wouldn't be fitting
Thanks
for
to the
anyone as important
chasm
as a
and
harbinger like Father to come here in
one
person.
certain quest. The House of the Heart isn't all that great.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame.
Yeah.
After all, I've
shame.
amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
Linny!
So what's gonna happen? Why do you have to do this?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my
Oh, okay.
fortress.
I thought there was something else, but you're just trying to keep actual prisoners in jail.
I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6,
Huh?
5,
What's the countdown
Wait,
for?
2, 1.
You missed 4 and 3.
Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Risley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Please wait, can we really not talk about this some more?
Yeah, listen to Dr. Lenny, can you at least talk to us?
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way.
Okay. I was thinking he doesn't know we're undercover. So he's just playing along that we are inmates.
But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Please spare Fremine and Lynette.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found,
Okay.
I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request.
Oh boy. Quiz time.
Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Oh, I know that one. I believe he's asking about the hidden rules. If I recall correctly, if you keep working without any rest, during lunch hour on the 3rd day, you will find a portion of a strange meat in your welfare meal. It's a good thing that we've already run through the investigation on this. Let's see if I can remember all the clues. Should I be able to find the answer if I can piece everything together? Oh, investigation time, I guess. Regarding hidden rule production zone, okay. What happens if you violate? Okay.
Ah, so that's what's going on.
With the 3rd try.
Understands it now. Who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row.
Detective Paimon back at it again.
Get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared. But in reality, they were all prepared by Sigewinne. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work.
You could just say
her sense of duty as
what
the head
happens
nurse,
and that's
as well
it.
as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sigewinne visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sigewinne has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However, unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us.
Something.
The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals
Maybe they also see the intentions of people.
Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sigewinne's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well.
But that wasn't the question. The question was the hidden rules.
Alright, now for my next question.
Okay.
There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring,
including
the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Someone tries to support both boxers at the same time, they'll receive a package next morning which contains fresh blood-colored liquid. You've also done a lot of research in the matter and shift through that. What we found, come up with correct answer. Okay, another one of these. Oh, now I notice. I thought that I have to select 3 that corresponds to the question, but the real question is right here. Send the package containing blood-colored fluid.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just...
Same clues?
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and
Well, I think it's this one. Why does this fluid look the way it does?
We often see Miss Sigewinne. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he...
This one? Why do only those who buy tickets to support fighters receive the package?
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it.
That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange blood-colored liquid.
I wonder if anyone tried it.
People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle
who
of the
made that
latest
story
to be named and packaged new Fanta trial product. A blood red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale, to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here.
Yeah.
And so,
And that guy didn't appreciate
their
it.
stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company.
Didn't you already say that? Or was that a joke before?
Alright, and here's the final question.
Okay.
What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Well, we hadn't collected enough info to answer that question. Was there a chance to collect?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind.
What's wrong with you?
You'll pay for this!
Oh boy. What?
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Siegeween. That was a fantastic shot.
Wait, who? What?
It was nothing, Your Grace.
What the hell? The little healer has a gun.
Siegeween? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Siegeween... You...
Are you his accomplice in all this?
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here.
Yeah, take care, in quotes.
But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
Yeah, why not learn a thing or two about ritual from him?
I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Siegeween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
I don't know.
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace.
This little precious thing is quite the terrorist.
What are you talking about? What time?
Yeah, what time? What are we waiting for?
Let them go.
Are you okay? What was it? What did she shoot? A tranquilizer?
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Just ignore him.
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now.
Oh, okay.
I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Siegeween, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
Door suddenly slams open. Familiar figure bursts into the room.
Some space, please.
Clarinde.
Ah, Miss Clarinde. My door.
Yes, the door. Wait, what was... Fremine. What happened?
Fremine!
What's going on? What is Clarinde doing here?
Work.
Okay, so serious.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon.
Oh, it is a
Please take it easy in
tranquilizer.
the meantime, though.
I wonder if she's gonna get released as well with a
What
tranquilizer
happened
gun.
to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
Yeah.
like this?
Symptoms can't be. What symptoms? I don't see much.
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
That's not good. How did he consume a bit of it? He's not dissolving, is he?
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clorand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Just need to talk. His expression looks disgusted. Seems they'd rather not have Sijuin touch Fremine. Still, he didn't stop her since it's obvious that Fremine does require urgent medical care. Sijuin's examining Fremine carefully if she doesn't look too upset, which is a good sign. Hope Fremine will be okay.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
And?
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress?
Of course he didn't do that on purpose.
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct,
he just simply says, I just tranquilized her.
Now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Well, maybe it did happen. He has finally begun to stop tensing the muscles on his face. Seems that he trusts that what Sijuin said. Okay. Both of them are talking. I don't think I need to go up there.
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sijuin may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linny again.
Again? Well, then Linny would be on the ground.
Out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly.
Oh, that's not good.
I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
Yeah, maybe true.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly.
It's not
if you
the
want
time
to
for
that
tea,
badly, just say
Risley.
so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
So what's gonna happen now?
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
Must be pretty powerful.
I'm back, everyone.
Oh, and there's Lynette.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too. Fremine? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Oh, he's waking up. Need to hear the story. No, nope, forget it.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it.
Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
Very well.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
Yeah, I noticed.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
I don't say Fremine from the sea, just what happened there? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Go back to the infirmary. Okay,
He's awake.
woke up again.
Fremine, how do you feel?
Pretty bad.
Lynette.
We're all here.
Where?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is
Okay,
really
so
serious.
something's mixed
There's
in there, right?
primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there,
So
but
it's-
no one should touch
So
it.
it's very, very dangerous now to dive. It happened after you snuck into the pipes.
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh, this is...
I'm in.
This is before, when he got in.
Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned.
Yeah, there's foliage growing everywhere. That's a nice
Where
fall.
could Master Child be?
I keep forgetting we're looking for Child. He's long gone. Oh, Solo Fremine, okay. Take a look. Royal. Noblesse, of course. Constellation 3. Interesting. What is that? A door? Okay, there's a door.
This
What
mechanism
is
looks
that?
like it's been tampered with.
How do you know?
Could he have done it?
Oh, it's kind of an elevator. And it can rotate, okay. Don't see any chests or anything. Although sometimes they don't put chests in such places. Oh wait, I have to rotate it somehow.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
What if I put it down and then turn it? Yeah, that works. Okay, another door. Oh, no. It's a fall. Any chests? I don't see. There's quite a lot of darkness here. And it goes into the water.
This is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water.
Yeah, but where is he?
I'll go take a look as well.
Let's dive right in. So is there primordial water here or not? Or is it further there?
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them.
Traces?
Recently. I should be going
see.
in the right direction.
I don't see any difference.
There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
I really don't.
The
Oh,
traces are gone. But
there's
I don't
no way
see
to
where
go.
we could have gone from here. Wait. What the?
Oh, now it's getting bad.
My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
But you're okay. Oh, my health is dropping. I have to hurry. Okay, I made it.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse. And
Come on, you can do it.
Underwater. I have to push on.
Oh, there's Chlorine. She made it in time, but she not affected? Or was it only the primordial water was only at that gate and not at the start?
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
Sounds about right.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after that. And
Not probably,
you know the
but you
rest.
did.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak for Monet.
Later.
You can go after you've had some more rest.
Yeah, just rest now.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another
So what are we gonna do
So there's no need to hurry.
with the primordial water?
Guest?
What if there's
Then
a
I can
leak?
assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
Is this place
You
still
should
safe?
ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
God, I'll go talk to him.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Liddy?
I guess not.
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Okay, then back to Risley, I guess. At the Duke's office. So, they're still talking.
I take it Mr. Fremonet's condition has stabilized?
Somewhat.
I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Sidgeween?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Yeah. I also want to know, does she feel anything?
Fine, I think.
I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Yes. Please.
Of course. But I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about...
Please enlighten us as much as you like.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have?
Oh, great.
You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
Oh, good question.
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
Okay, so it's because of us, but he doesn't like the Fatui as well.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
Why didn't you stop them?
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Lenny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance.
Really? I don't think she cares about Child.
I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went.
Yeah,
so
where
I
is
figured
he?
I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremonet has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise.
Yeah, and why?
The Forbidden Zone has always been Lenny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him.
That's right.
I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Oh, nice question.
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison?
No.
I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Wait, but he didn't answer the question. What did he do?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremonet was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that.
No,
yes.
that was just extra
Credit
work.
where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
So the Forbidden Zone really exists?
That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should
I'm
be
guessing
clear now
that
that
the
you've spoken
Forbidden
to Fremonet.
Zone is forbidden because there's primordial water there.
We've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Yes. Just
Follow
tell me. Where? Oh. That's new.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
Yeah, it's a big machine. Okay, where does this go? To the basement? That's it?
Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
Oh, it's a huge elevator. Once everyone has taken their positions on the circular plate...
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special.
And that is...
What a huge door!
Yeah, what is it hiding?
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone.
Okay, but what's inside the Forbidden Zone? What are you hiding? Something dangerous?
Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
It depends.
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Okay, well then please let me see it. Oh, I can open it myself. Oh, it
So
sounds
there's a
like the
switch on
music
the
has
side.
changed as well.
Stand back.
Okay, 3 gates. There's purplish
They all
light.
just went up one by one.
What's that in the middle of the room?
Go on, have a look.
Some kind of a mechanism. Wait, what was that? It's really empty with nothing in here, which is quite strange on its own. There's also a device smack dab in the middle of the room, which looks like some kind of massive sluice gate.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede.
Wait, you don't know?
Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it. But it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it.
Yes, that's true, but...
The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place.
Wait,
But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position. Likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally.
I think whatever it's showing, it's overloading. It's not a good sign.
Normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
Temperature?
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater
that's
nearby.
not good.
The concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and
Yeah,
now
that's
we're
the problem.
surrounded by toxic seawater.
If it's going to burst,
Somehow, primordial
everyone
seawater
dies.
got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
Primordial seawater is continually leaking into the sea.
But forget about the two of us! Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we
Does he
could find
know
a plug
about
a leak.
this?
Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate.
Oh, even worse.
For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us.
Yeah, well, suddenly this prison is now more dangerous.
The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
This gate falls, all of Fontaine will fall with it.
Yeah, you know what the legends say.
Yeah.
If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
Wait, is that gonna happen, really? Also, yeah. Who built it?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold.
Sheesh, that's hard.
Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them, and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves."
Secret? So only the previous Archon knew the secret, no one else.
So, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow.
Yeah, but no one still knew about the secret or the dangers,
As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home.
Okay, I see now.
And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
Do you get to meet that person?
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Do you believe in the prophecies?
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So, as the Duke of Meripede, just what do you plan to do about
Let's
it?
go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
What, even more secrets?
This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
these two again.
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
Yeah,
No
why
need
are
to
you
panic,
two
you
together?
two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
So you two are not
The results
inmates.
speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute.
They're not inmates.
He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
Who?
He's the one who blew the whole institute sky high. Everyone knew he was a bit crooked in the head, but you're not local, so I guess it's possible for you
I
not to
haven't
have
done
heard of
the
him.
side quest for that, so I didn't know.
Edwin's main areas of research were archium and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the Fortress of Meripede?
Blow up?
What a lovely idea.
Not with the whole
imagining it in
people,
my head.
right?
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Oh.
Ooh, are they together?
Was that really necessary?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
You're right.
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
Really?
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then.
Or maybe you both are in denial.
Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Yeah,
Your constant
what's in
amazement
there?
makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
So far. So far it is.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Is this just a normal room?
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What is that? This
What
is...
a huge
Whoa.
ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Nothing.
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria.
No.
To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria, and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
Okay, this plan for ages.
Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. Alright, that's enough talking.
Okay, so you're just hiding it.
Another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
You just answered it for yourself.
I'll leave you here for now.
Oh, thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out
we're
will
not
likely
gonna
affect
share
those three
that,
as well.
do we? It means that my actions will now decide the next steps Linny's group takes. In other words, if I want to tell Linny the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot force excessive conflict right now.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Yeah, we will.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Yeah, but what does happen?
Time to go.
Turn to the infirmary. Okay, thought to return somewhere else.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves, to the water, and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Sejuin.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it should have been the 2 of them.
Okay,
They
well,
really were just
does it
talking
matter?
about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, Were you able to learn anything from Wriothesley?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
It sounds a lot more like his old self.
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Zijwin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
Alright, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Mirapede.
Yeah, you're close to that.
He's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's our Linny.
Secondly, Wriothesley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Mirapede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Wriothesley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities.
Yeah,
and while the two factions are pitted against each other, Wriothesley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
And his grasp of the big picture is amazing.
You're super smart.
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out.
Yeah, maybe something with that.
It can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip.
No, that block is nothing. There's nothing there.
To deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
After some deliberation, you share the information just learned with Linny. While sharing what you saw, you emphasized that now is not the time for something.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Now calm down, everyone.
Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis?
Is she really interested in fixing that crisis? I don't think so.
If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations.
Yes,
and she truly wants to resolve the crisis.
I don't believe that.
How could Wriothesley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
No, I think he also doubts it and wants to know the truth.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time.
Okay, I will.
Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together,
Linny's
the
house
three of us
isn't
basically see you as family now.
House of the Heart place. Where is it actually?
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Yeah, what? Don't mention it. What was that?
Paimon's hungry.
Oh. Well, okay.
You've done so much already. Go get some food.
Paimon's always hungry.
You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria. What would you like to eat?
Something pleasant to again choose?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Then I'll get the biggest portion you have to offer.
Me too! Don't forget Paimon! No problem. Just leave it to me.
After Welsh, the meal Sijuan ordered you arrive. Sijuan also brings the drinks over to you that taste a little strange, but okay, I'm not gonna read it. It's too fast.
So delicious.
I get it. Free dinners are the absolute best.
Is this how it feels to be freeloaders? Wait a second, we did do plenty of work after all. Feeling full yet?
That's what freeloading means.
Delicious.
Exquisite, thank you.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment. Sijuan, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings? A bit of both, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm a Melazine,
She's
which
studying
means I'm very
us.
different from human beings.
She needs to
I must know what
understand.
you're thinking if I want to take good care
Even
of you.
for a doctor, she needs to know that.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister. Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear. Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well. Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Colorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Colorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Colorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through. It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like
Why
it
would
here.
he come down
With
here?
all the darkness and chaos.
If he would, then he wouldn't send me. That doesn't make sense at all. It's hard to imagine Newlet outside of his office. Yeah, even that.
Get a good night's rest, you two.
Probably at the office or the
Very
courthouse.
hard.
The Opera Epicless, I mean. Return to the dormitories. Well, at least this time the story is more interesting. I'm still running around.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah, I'm also getting there. Oh. That was quick. Really, snoring, is that needed? After you really immediately fell asleep. Like, sleep on command.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds.
Of course it's
For
about
free.
food. Good night.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
Huh?
What
Out?
happened? Why is everyone running?
What's going on?
Something must have happened. Stop asking!
No idea, but something must have happened. Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I started reading that.
Paimon still wants to sleep.
Yeah, me too, but something's going on. What was that sound? Come on, wake up. We need to go out and see what's going on. Am I hearing alarms? Check the situation outside. Wait, what's going on?
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Well, great. Wait, don't tell me. They're going to blow up already.
What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
At least people got warned, except for me.
They're here! Yeah, there you are!
Oh.
Oh, thank goodness!
It's the Mario Bros.
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now.
Yes.
ZCryse is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here. Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up?
Yeah.
Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
Said ZCryse said to evacuate outward.
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
That means whatever happened must have happened down below. Oh no, is the gate at the very bottom?
No, it can't be that thing.
Did it explode?
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
Oh, don't tell me I'm gonna go and take a look.
You two just go and get out. Go on without us.
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards.
Oh, great.
And outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
And I'm the idiot that goes in deeper. Oh, cutscene. Orin's here. Risley here.
They're here.
Just like I said.
But why are you guys staring at it? What are you gonna do?
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
Actually I can start running already. Well, Risley's cryo. What is Corinne gonna do? You moron! Don't run at the water. Oh, nice. Use his burst. I think the pressure's not gonna stay, yeah. Probably a lot of build-up we can destroy that gate.
Three, 2, 1.
Oh. This is intense. Okay, the door's frozen shut.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
No, really, Clarin. What are you gonna do? Stare at the water? Electrocute everyone?
How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
No, I think it depends mostly on Risley.
Villette?
Oh,
Why are you here?
I'm already outside. I thought I was gonna run on my own.
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately.
Wait, what? Well, I have bad news for you.
Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Oh, great. Okay, you can explain everything else later to me.
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
This is just getting crazy now. Farina is in danger. Imagine Ether has to run a whole marathon from the fortress to the Opera House. Oh, there's already Fatui here.
There are a ton of Fatui and Palais Mermonia people over there. The knave is probably here already. We need to hurry.
Yes, we need to.
Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
I will do my best. And try not to start a fight. Oh boy. Intense staring.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
We finally meet face to face.
Of course, of course.
Interesting what she's gonna say about Ether.
I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
We know that's a lie. We're here as bodyguards.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
This is the name. Head of the House of the Heart and Linny's siblings. Father. She certainly does not seem easy to deal with. Greetings.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Okay.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day.
Really?
Here, why don't you and Paimon
Sounds
have
a bit
taste?
stingy. Wait, why? Don't tell me that cake is poisoned. Paimon, you tried. She seems friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. Knave is a force to be reckoned with. I should be very cautious around her. That's right. I wouldn't trust her at all.
What do you think of this cake?
I don't know. It's quite tasty, and I think Paimon agrees.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all.
Oh.
You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
What did Child say about me? A Child should have no reason to have said something like that.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know.
No, you don't.
Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
I have faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Farina looks quite nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the Knave. Yes, well, obviously we didn't see that, but we know.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I almost forgot.
He's quite...
Child was subdued by Udex Nuvilette
quite
right in
the
front of you.
battle-hungry person.
Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvilette.
Managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But that's... I don't have much info on that.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Yeah.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame.
Or she
You
hopes
see,
that she
I would
can't
have been far
enter the
happier
fortress.
had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
And that's right.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh. And just how do you know that?
Paimon, don't blurt it out.
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meripede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Oh, great. I don't know.
Well...
No, Paimon's statement just left us wide open.
The Fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We do not. But there was also no evidence that he's been injured or killed.
That is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf.
Really? Why?
Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
Not really. Turning up the pressure, I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her, but I can at least try to decipher from Farina. That sounds good to me, yes, yeah, just write anything.
Tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents
My goal here is to
accurate.
protect
It doesn't
Farina
matter so much
at
how
all
it's
costs.
written or how it's worded. Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
Oh, that's bad news.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
I hope not. Oh no, a letter ride. The man himself, what he's gonna do?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Well, how's this gonna play out? Oh. Look at that.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race.
This guy has to be the Hydro Dragon.
A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
Oh, look at that. Puts a new seal on it.
This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Sounds like he knows something about it. Calling it a sentence too severe.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Good thing
Indeed.
they didn't see it.
But only for now.
For now. It can still break.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
Yeah, what was the bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
Oh. And Risley thought he will go alone.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
More tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office.
Tons of
I'm
tea.
thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld.
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter.
Yeah, I need
We all
Nula's
know
help.
you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you.
Because the
I hope
knave is
everything
too
went smoothly with the Fatui
too
Harbinger.
pressing. I need his backup right now.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house.
Okay, I can hear she's irritated.
Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives.
Oh
Allow
boy.
me to speak to you now as just a
Something's about to
Fontainian.
happen.
You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable?
I think she's just hiding it so no one panics.
The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Heart have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the
should I
god
step in?
Kosalor, you have utterly
Nah, I'm just a
failed
bodyguard.
to
I
take
have
action.
to stay calm and listen.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just
Also,
been passing the time in
her hair is
self-indulgence.
glowing.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will.
Yeah, you tell her, Farina.
Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Farina not acting her unusual self. She's actually seriously refuting the knave's accusations. She means what she says. She's not putting on the front.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Was that all a lie, or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now. Now she's deflated like a pop balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
Yeah.
I see. As
You
a
can't
god,
see
the
it.
proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way.
No.
Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts
Why
of
are
your
you
plan
standing
that are
up?
not confidential?
Sit back
Such
down.
as your emergency response plan
Otherwise,
for the
either
impending
we'll flip the
disaster?
table and the hot tea on your face.
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
I think this whole thing is an emergency.
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that already. We didn't actually find much.
And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
Also, I've forgotten that. Good thing for reminding me.
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
I'm still saying it's housing the Gnosis. Unless Farina is actually holding it.
So
No,
you
wait.
also have no
Arlecchino
idea.
did attack her and
If I'm
didn't
not
find
mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on? Oh,
Really, this is getting
Hydro
intense.
Archon.
Something's gonna happen.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nuvilette is not at the tea party with us today.
Yeah.
Miss Farina.
Which means...
I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side.
Yes.
Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves,
No,
everyone.
thanks, I'm good. These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Newell's task was. I had to guess he probably went down to deal with the surging primordial sea, but can he really deal with it all by himself? Yes, he can. The answer is yes. And is Farina being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake?
Where did you hear that?
Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise.
Did Linny betray me?
You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
He proceeds to change the topic and brings a number of less significant matters. Cake already eaten?
Paimon's super full. That cake was great. If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table.
Oh, are we calm now?
And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so
Good.
I must take my leave now.
Yeah, please go away.
Very well. We'll end it here.
I need to stay with
Mind
Farina.
seeing me off, Traveler?
Oh.
We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before
No.
I must be on my way.
No! Where's the no option, please? Of course.
Paimon's coming too!
What if she attacks me? Now I'm gonna be vulnerable. Farina, have anything to say?
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
Okay, looks like Farina is very shy. Follow the knave to the exit. Wait. Oh, this is where it was. I was wondering where I am. Well, she's
I'm
gonna say
glad
something?
that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse.
Uh-huh.
I have no interest in your dealings with him.
There we go. Finally showing your true self.
That's what Paimon thought.
What do you want to say? Say it out now.
You lent your
Say
aid
it
to
out
the
loud.
children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
Huh? Gratitude? There's no need. Is there nothing else you wanted to say? Come on, speak up.
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings.
Oh,
I know
is that
you
how
just
it is?
returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there.
and I trust their judgment and ability.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Lenny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with.
She knows him?
It's unfortunate that Lenny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others. Including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina?
Well... She's scared.
You are outside of our disputes, and
A
the
lot.
freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the fortress of Meropide.
Okay, well, she got the info already before. I'm assuming
Didn't he
everything...
say he was coming here on vacation?
She already
Does
knew
he not
everything
feel an ounce
before.
of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
That's still normal.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you.
That doesn't look suspicious, right?
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal
Just
was just
playing
to
with a
discover
cat.
the location of the Gnosis.
Of course she would.
But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver
But did
platter.
she get it? I don't get it
This is
then.
so
Did
easy,
she
it's
get the
actually
Gnosis?
making me a bit suspicious.
Or is it in the oratories? Or is it somewhere else?
Anything left unguarded is
Oh,
usually
boy.
just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the
Unless you
moment it's
die,
attached
then...
to the hook,
or get
the bait
injured.
is meant to
You
be
will regret
sacrificed.
taking the bait. So she's saying Arlecchino is easy to bait.
It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon.
Okay, so it's not on
In
her.
fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Curse?
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you.
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning.
And
I
she
left
just
the scene
left?
with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of
Furina.
Fossilor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone.
So she's aware that Arlecchino was attacking her.
Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not
That's so
sleep that
horrible.
night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that
Someone
there's
give
something
her a
wrong
hug.
with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Eudex
knew it.
Neuvillette is actually the genuine article.
Could
I
be.
have to find the Gnosis. If
They
the
swap
Neuvillette
places, maybe?
hypothesis is correct,
At some time.
he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively,
yes, Father.
And that's where all three characters come in.
my dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meropide. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we've bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities.
So she was
Set
waiting
up a
for
meeting
that.
for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Eudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
If she can't get in, she's gonna send someone else.
You should know the rest. Linny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
Well, kinda.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
Yeah.
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Because she's traumatized now.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the ZCryse. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon.
Well, I also heard from Child that you would gladly, you know, betray anyone, even the Tsaritsa.
Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface.
Yes, it is interesting.
It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves.
And then what are you gonna
Ultimately,
do?
though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will
there's
work
my
together
savior.
someday.
Hey, Neuvillette, get this weirdo off of me. Neuvillette.
He certainly returned quickly.
What?
You must want to catch up with each other.
Oh, you don't like
so
him?
I'll leave you to him.
Just a quick nod and that's it. Yes? Everything okay?
Neuvillette?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur.
Come on, please, no.
Thank you for protecting Farina.
May I ask what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
As for what happened on our side, well, it wasn't pleasant.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Can I ask some questions?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the primordial sea. Does this mean you have a deeper connection with Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right?
I'm still thinking the different
just a speculation on our part, though.
idea.
You can't tell us?
He's the dragon, right?
Then that's
Not
okay.
the Archon.
We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
What did you sense in the Fortress of Meripede?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Again, with rain. Yeah, instant rain. Clear sky suddenly filled with dark clouds. The rain became heavier, light rain soon growing in downpour. Just moments before Nulet has just mentioned this sense of grief. Thinking back to the legend of what Remine said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time weeps, skies will cloud up and pour rain. No, that you can't be.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Then are you?
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of the water.
The dragon
Yep.
of... what?
Yes.
Huh?
Please do not be so surprised.
Hmm?
Farina?
Does she know as well? Yeah. Are you listening?
My apologies.
Stop crying.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we?
No, we did,
You're not
right?
actually the dragon sovereign of water, right?
He's gonna say yes,
well,
I
if
am.
you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly.
Oh, see?
I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this
There
a
we
secret
go.
for me.
We have a dragon on our side.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
Yeah, that's right. Is there some trick to that?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood.
Oh, I get it.
They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Yeah, unknown god? The stolen power, the base of Archon's authority. The Gnosis, you mean?
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me.
Okay, so you can be only full power with
Given
the
the
Gnosis.
status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Then I need to find the Gnosis and let you fix everything.
So even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at
Kinda
my
have
office.
our answer now.
If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Sure.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede?
Again?
Paimon is a little worried.
See you later,
We'll
Nulet.
see you another time.
Take care.
This next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Did you guys ever leave this
Traveler,
place?
Paimon.
Hello.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from it, eh?
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorant in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all.
Well, she was just
She
doing
didn't
her
want to
job.
stress you out, that's all.
And
She's
also,
right,
you're quite
and
the
it's best not
introvert.
to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did
Yes,
she say anything
father.
to you?
She said a few things that were
Yeah, she said a few weird things.
a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
It was a little surprising.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Mm-hmm. Father is very capable, and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Yes.
Got it.
She said that.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea
Do
party.
we have to serve our sentence still?
Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there.
How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Alright, that's 1 out of 4.
Did either of you get hurt?
Don't worry, we're both great.
We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit.
Okay.
It was all thanks to him that we
everything's
managed to suppress the crisis for the time being. Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervulette
Also, I'm wondering, how long is this quest going already? It's been like 3 hours average.
Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced.
I think she knows him as well.
I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both all right. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know.
She wants to inspect
They're so
us more.
memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Okay, maybe some other time. Hey,
guys
you
are
two.
back?
Feeling okay?
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
No, we just came back, you know.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion.
Nah, we didn't.
I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Those two all right. You think they made it out alive?
These two are fun.
Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Well, maybe not actually like that, but close.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worried about your prison pals. Is there?
That's right.
Considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two, they sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Meals will bring all the prisoners to the cafeteria.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
Great. Even the worst ones.
Time to go.
I think of making a traveling theme soon because of these large places that I have to run. Not even I have enough stamina to get to the places fast enough.
Courier.
So what are they still doing?
Miss Zijwin told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
Really?
That's no excuse for...
And you two are not a couple?
What's you two?
You're saying?
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
You're fine, thanks.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. so don't say a word to anyone.
Okay, we won't.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your
That's right.
relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
They're still denying it. Dr. Riley in his office.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface?
Are you mocking me, man?
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part.
Neverlet
came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan.
Yeah.
Let's go convince the Udex himself to
He's not
exchange
gonna
the
stay.
quartz of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
I don't think that's going to work.
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewinne's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sigewinne.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Nervalet got the milkshake.
Milkshakes?
Clorand received lipstick instead.
Oh.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Nervalet's own fault for making Sigewinne worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Yeah,
Are these from Sigewinne too?
Nope. They're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time.
Oh, okay.
You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
Okay, so how many days left?
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Well, it's not like we want to. This food is still covered.
You may access the cafeteria for free. Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Okay, is there gonna be a quest for that? Turn to the dorms again.
Time to go.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
So no one's gonna force us to work, right? Feels like we regain our freedom.
Being free sure feels pretty special now.
Paimon, is there something you'd like to say?
Huh? How do you know?
Because you usually just immediately fall asleep.
Hey, that's not true! Alright. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends.
Okay, where is this going?
There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
We're the best adventurers ever.
You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Best guide counts too.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward.
That's kinda hinting what I have been thinking. That Paimon will eventually be playable.
Just our thoughts making Paimon
But something has to
giddy.
happen first.
Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our
Yeah,
cell.
time
The
to get a
primordial
nice sleep.
seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
You'll be fine, so don't worry, Paimon.
Alright then. Good night to you, traveler.
Good night to you too, Paimon. Oh, this cutscene again. The division is still with me. Oh, child is in the water. He drowned. Oh. That's a ginormous whale. And Cataclysm's quickening ended. Yeah, that was a long quest. But this one was enjoyable than Act 3. A lot enjoyable. If I would say if Act 3 was like a weak 5 out of 10, then this one was like 8 out of 10. Maybe because the ending was more intense. So that would be it for now. Just now have to edit something out with this because it's been like 3 hours, more than 3 hours. And once I'm done with the editing, it'll be uploaded. So until next time.